Size. That's the only thing. Allen Iverson was a speed merchant. Chris has tremendous and deceptive speed, a little stronger, more of a quarterback. AI was just a flat-out killer as a scorer. I mean, the guy did some amazing stuff for a long time at his size. I mean, he was 6 feet tall and 150, 160 pounds is all, and just put buckets on guys like I hadn't seen a small guy do since Nate Archibald. And Isaiah Thomas was similar, but a little stronger.
4 on the clock. Here's Napier, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And a chance to see where Andre Drummond ended up in the rankings last year. Second in rebounding, second in field goal percentage. He was an intimidator in the paint, ranking in the top 10 in the league in block shots.
And how about the season it was for him on the boards, too? I mean, this guy was a glass eater, supreme. I mean, he was dominant in chasing down missed shots.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Marion comes in for Terrence Jones, and it's Terry in for Victor Oladipo. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
Carter Williams against Green, tries it from 9. Michael Carter Williams again. Carter Williams has got 22 points.
They've been good on all 3 of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
The drive by Paul, Vucevic, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Nikola Vucevic has a basketball pedigree. I mean, it's pretty impressive. His father played professionally in Europe for more than 2 decades, including for the Yugoslavian national team. His mother was a player as well. So you might say his DNA was set up to play the game.
Off his foot, and the official saying it was kicked. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Carter Williams, and that one's good. Carter Williams has got 24.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Bucks trail by 17. Paul passes to Vucevic. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Vucevic has got 6 here in this quarter. Charlotte's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Drummond with a screen on Paul. Jumper off the screen. They double him with Green. Here's Drummond. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. And the Hornets lead by 17.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking, and they've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
Carter Williams against Green, and it's Terry off the drive. That's good.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Here's Carter Williams. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Tell you what, to be successful, this team needs his scoring, and they're really counting on him.
The Milwaukee Bucks are a team that's tried season after season, year after year, particularly recently, to put the best team with the manage on the floor. Unfortunately, that type of approach has kind of left them in no man's land. Not good enough to compete for a title, not quite bad enough to draft a potential superstar.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. And then for Milwaukee, Mozgov comes in for Vucevic, and it's Ilyasova in for Jeff Green. Here's Stauskas. Terry covering. Shot clock at 6. Barnes against Marion. And another 3 for Charlotte. You talk about that no man's land. The Bucks have tried to sign the best players they could, but so often those mid-tier veterans really don't move the needle.
Yeah, but you know, with this year's top pick, and then you got the Greek freak, Antetokounmpo, I mean, the Bucks have finally acquired a young talent who they think maybe be able to take them to the next level. We'll see.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He was intent on running the offense through Chris Paul. coach reminded his guys that he is the centerpiece of their offense, and he's the one they want with the most freedom to operate. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks again, Doris.
Matt Barnes, really a good glue guy. He rebounds, defends, he's got better with his outside shot, and he can really run the lane. And he's always had a toughness and a fearlessness that I think a lot of coaches love.
And you look at advanced plus-minus measurements, Matt Barnes rates very well.
Not surprised by that, Kevin. He brings so much energy at both ends of the floor. He does a lot of those little intangible things that don't always show up on the stat sheet.
40 seconds left in the third. Here's Stauskas. Charlotte no good that time either. Bucks trail by 17. Marion kicks to Terry. There's the block. Stauskas with the bucket.
There's an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
Terry kicks to Paul. It's blocked. And here is Barnes. A sensational shot at the buzzer.
And perfectly timed. Couldn't have done it any better. How about the poise under pressure?
Well,
unbelievable.
Guys, he got himself into as good a position.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers go up against the Chicago Bulls. Friday night, NBA Hoops. Be there.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Really excellent feed here, and I know we're used to seeing this guy score, but he is no slouch at creating passes and opportunities for his teammates, and he showcases that skill right here on that replay.
Matt Barnes is out there with Aaron Baines. Then it's Nash. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Stauskas in a shooting guard. So that's the Hornets 5. Now here's Paul. Pass to Oladipo.
Well, the old days of the dollar-for-dollar luxury tax are gone. The new, more punitive luxury tax really changing the way the league does business. Teams like the Knicks and the Lakers and the Celtics, high-revenue teams, they're not nearly as willing to go into that tax anymore, so it really has kind of leveled the playing field.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Drummond with a screen on Green. Off the pick. And the dunk by Barnes.
Well, as they continue to dominate, you wonder just how much higher this lead might get.
I think it really could get out of hand, and you can credit their defense just as much as their offense for that.
And Steve, you mentioned the new luxury tax, and Clark and I talk about it all the time. It's an incremental system. Clark, it starts at 150% and above the $15 million over the cap. The tax is 325%.
And Kevin, that's before you get into the repeater penalties. If a team pays the luxury tax 4 out of 5 seasons in a row, you tack on another 100%. Those numbers could even affect big market teams.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Harris passes to Levine. And he banks in the layup. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Carter Williams dishes to Barnes. Lets it go from deep. And it's good. Barnes has got 10 points here in the second half.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb, guys, here in the second half. They're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor. There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
Fires the three. Harris misses.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I mean, I'd say that is an easy look.
And it's Evans missing.
I'll tell you what, the mid-range shot is not the easiest one to make, but when you've got daylight like he had there, I mean, those are shots you want to make.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
You know, there are around 150 current NBA players with D-League experience. The developmental league that started back in 2001 with 8 teams now has 18. The structure has changed a little bit over the years, but I think you have to say that the D-League has become a big success for the NBA.
Charlotte making a switch here. Stauskas is checked in. Jarrett Jack is checked in for Milwaukee.
And, you know, this season, the Knicks, the Pistons, and the Magic acquiring single affiliation with D-League teams, and that seems to be a trend. The Knicks and Pistons moving them close to White Plains, New York, and Grand Rapids, Michigan, respectively, looking to develop players within their system and get them back and forth quickly from their D-League assignments. Makes sense and looks to be moving towards more of the Major League Baseball model. Well, I tell you what, it was a good pick that was set that turned him loose.
And once he got around it, Steve, it was smooth sailing right to the hole.
Well, because of the pick, he had plenty of room. That's why he was able to power down that slam.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And of the 18 D-League teams, 15 are in single affiliation, Steve, with one NBA team. About half of those owned outright by their parent ball club.
Well, it's moving in that direction, Kevin, a place to develop talent and test out new methods. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see every NBA team with their own D-League affiliate before long.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And Drummond kicks to Dragic. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Virtually uncontested. It's nice to be able to add to the lead without really having to work for it.
Levine passes to Jack. There's the dish to Vucevic. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Vucevic has got 10 points in just the second half. For Charlotte, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Barnes kicks to Stauskas. Outside Dragic. An easy 2 points on the layup. Dragic has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Levine kicks to Vucevic. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Drummond, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Andre Drummond.
You know, we saw some coach turnover heading into the season, but nothing like a year ago when there were 13 changes of NBA coaches. I think that was a record, or if not, it was really close to one. Even winning coaches were getting let go. A lot of new NBA owners are coming in, and in some ways, it is a changing of the guard, quite honestly.
Barnes can't get it to go.
Great look, disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hornets.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win will give them a nice boost down the road when they face this club again in the second and third games of the season series.
Yeah, predictably, the stats tell us that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for Carter Williams. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
And you know, you look at the coaching carousel, the profession has perhaps never been more volatile. Steve, you're getting ready to enter that yourself. A real shakeup right now, and hopefully it settles down.
Well, that's one of the reasons I got the opportunity, Kevin. So many changes, and so we'll see what happens. Hopefully that volatility won't be going on in the Bay Area.
And Jack, here we go. Had the space there, but it's offline.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Here's Carter Williams. From 18 feet away, he parries it.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah.